Hello. Okay, so we are here for grade 9 math. The chapter we are on right now is numbers. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well, right? Here I'm on grade 9 math. Chapter we are on right now is numbers. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is compare and order rational numbers. Okay, put these numbers in order from greatest to least. The numbers are 8 over 25, 5, negative 18 over 40. So the negative numbers are always smaller than the greater one, right? So that means the smallest number is the negative 18 over 40. That is the smallest one because that has the negative sign, right? Here you have 5, here you have 8 over 25. So that is the whole number. The first one is 5. The second one is 8 over 25. The third one is negative 18 over 40. Got it? Put these numbers in order from least to greatest. You have to arrange them from least to greatest, right? So you have two negative numbers, negative 1 and negative 9 over 15, right? So the smallest one is negative 1. Then you have negative 9 over 15. Then you have 2 over 10. Got it? They are negative 1, negative 9 over 15, and 2 over 10. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Let's see how do we arrange the numbers from greatest to least. Put these numbers in order from greatest to least. So which is the correct option? Okay, that is the least one. The negative number is the least one, right? That is negative 2 over 5. Now you have two numbers, 2 and 16 over 32. So the greatest one is 2. Then you have 16 over 32 and then you have negative 2 over 5. Got it? So option number 2 is the correct option. They are 2, 16 over 32 and negative 2 over 5 is the correct option. Which sign makes the statement true? Which is the correct option? Okay, you have 3 over 60 and 9 over 20, right? You can Divide this fraction by the common factor 3. That is 1 over 20 and 9 over 20, right? They have the same denominators. Just look at their numerator. 1 is less than 9, so 1 over 20 is less than 9 over 20. Got it? The correct option is option number 2, less it is. Which sign makes the statement true? 37 over 40 and 1 over 5. I think 37 over 40 is greater than 1 over 5. Yes, it is. So 37 by 40 is greater than 1 over 5, right? Just write down the answers in the divide them, right? 37 over 40 is 0.925 and 1 over 5 is 0.2, right? So that means 0.925 is greater than 0.2. Option number 1 is the correct option, greater it is. Put these numbers in order from greatest to least. So which is the correct option? The correct option is you have to arrange them from greatest to least. So the negative number is the least one. Option number 1 is the correct option. They are 5, 8 over 25 and negative 18 over 40, right? Option number 1 is the correct option. Which sign makes the statement true? Which is the correct option? That is, they both are exactly equal, right? If you simplify the second fraction, divide them by the common factor 2, then they both are exactly equal. That is negative 33 over 40. So negative 66 by 2 is negative 33 over 40. So they both are exactly equal. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next lesson is absolute values and opposites. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay. What is the absolute value of negative 6.8? This is basically the sign to calculate the absolute value, right? Whenever you have these two lines around the number, that means you need to find the absolute value. So what is the absolute value of negative 6.8? So absolute values are always the positive values, right? So that means the absolute value of negative 6.8 is positive 6.8, right? Absolute values are positive or 0, right? What is the opposite of 6? Opposite of 6 is negative 6, right? Opposite integers are the same distance from 0 but in the opposite direction, right? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. What is the absolute value of negative 3.6? So, which is the correct option? Absolute values are the positive values, always the positive values, right? That is negative 3.6. The absolute value is 3.6. Got it? The correct option is option number 1. What is the opposite of negative 6? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is opposite numbers are exactly the same numbers but on the other side of the 0 with the opposite sign. So, negative 6, the opposite is positive 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. What is the absolute value of negative 6.8? Which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 1, that is 6.8. Absolute values are always the positive values, so that is 6.8. What is the opposite of negative 1? The opposite of negative 1 is 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the opposite of 4? Which is the correct option? Opposite of 4 is negative 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the absolute value of negative 3, which is the correct option? That is 3. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Very good. The next one is, what is the absolute value of 1? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 1. What is the opposite of 6, which is the correct option? Opposite of 6 is negative 6. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is convert between decimals and fractions. Write negative 1 by 4 as a decimal number. So you have to write down negative 1 by 4 as a decimal number. So you need to make the denominator equal to 100, right? So 4 times 25 is 100. So just multiply the denominator by 25 because 4 by 20, 4 times 25 is 100. So that is 25 over 100, right? And 25 over 100 equals 0.25. The correct option is 0.25, negative 0 point because you have a negative sign. Let's just start with the test questions. Let's see how do we convert from decimals to fractions. Write 0 point, negative 0.8 as a fraction in simplest form. You are given the decimal. You need to write this down in the fraction form. So the first thing is you need to remove the decimal point. You have only one digit after the decimal point. So you need to write 1 for the decimal point and 0 for the one digit. So that is negative 8 over 10. You need to write down the answer in simplified form. Divide them by the common factor 2. So that is negative 4 over 5. The correct option is negative 4 over 5. The correct option is negative 4 by 5. The next one is write negative 9 over 10 as a decimal number. Negative 9 over 10. You need to write the answer in decimal form, right? So how do you write? You need 9 over 10, right? You can move, you have only one zero and the denominator, so you can move decimal point one place left, that is 0.9. The correct option is negative 0.9. Option number 2 is the correct option. The next one is right, 0.37 as a fraction in simplest form. So which is the correct option? Option 1 or 2? The correct option is option number. Very good. 2 is the correct option. That's 37 over 100. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, the next one is write negative 1 by 5 as a decimal number. So which is the correct option? The correct option is negative 0.2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. The next one is write 7 over 50 as a decimal number. So which is the correct option? The correct option is you need to make the denominator equal to 100. So 50 times 2 is 100. You need to multiply the fraction by 2, that is 7 times 2 over 50 times 2, 14 over 100. So you have two zeros over here. You need to move decimal point two places left. So that is 0.14. Option number 2 is the correct option. The correct option is option number. Very good. 2 is the correct option. That is 0.14. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is number lines. Type the missing number. So you need to understand the number line first. You have the numbers on the number line. The interval is 1, right? Like you have 0, -1, -2, -3, right? Each interval represents 1. So you need to find the missing number. Here you have -7. So then the next one is -8 because the numbers are getting moving on this side. So here you have -5, -6, -7. So the next one is -8, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Type the missing number. So which number is missing? That is -34. So option number 2 is the correct option. That is -34. Type the missing number. So which number is missing? The correct option is -90, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. That is -90. Okay, the next one is type the missing number. So which number is missing? The correct option is -2. Option number 2 is the correct option. What type the missing number? So which number is missing? The correct option is 70. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 70. Okay, that's very easy. You can have a look on the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just see which is the next lesson if we can do. That is square roots. Let's just start. Okay, what is square root 64? So, square roots are the numbers. Square root means you are going to find what number multiplied by itself equals 64, right? So, that is 64, right? So, that means 8 times 8 is 64, right? So, that means square root 64 equals 8 and negative 8, right? Let's just start with the test questions, right? That is plus minus square root 64. That is that is square root 64. So basically square root, calculating the square root means you are going to find the number that when multiplied by itself equals 64, right? So 8 times 8 is 64. You have plus minus square root 64, that means you have a positive and a negative value. So option number 2 is the correct option. What is square root negative 1? Which is the correct option? That is negative 1, right? Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the negative square root of 49? The correct option is negative square root 49 is yes, negative 7 it is. 7 times 7 is 49. You have a negative sign, so that you need to put the negative sign with 7, right? What is square root 81? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 9 and negative 9. Yes, option number 1 is the correct option. What is square root 25, which is the correct option? The correct option is the second one, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 9 math. Chapter we were working on is numbers, and the lessons we have covered today are compare and order rational numbers, absolute values and opposites, convert between decimals and fractions, and number lines, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or either you can join me in the chat box. You can write down the question in the chat box for which you need help. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So okay, you can please ask questions if you have any. No questions. Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.